I think gold defines a person, defines a man, especially in this sport. And I think that no matter what title I hold, it immediately becomes the most prestigious title. In fact, we may end up calling this the TNT World Championship by the time I'm done with it.
The TNT Championship is a mid-card belt of AEW. It stands below the AEW World Champion. It was introduced in March 2020.
We are crowning a brand new champion, the TNT Champion. In this 8-man tournament,
where a tournament was set up to crown the inaugural champion. In the finals of that tournament, which took place at Double or Nothing in May 2020, we had Cody Rhodes versus Lance Archer, where Cody won to become the first TNT champion. There have been 11 champions, with the longest title reign belonging to Darby Allin, who held the belt for 186 days before losing it to Miro. The second longest reign belongs to Miro, who held the belt for 140 days, and the third longest reign belongs to Wardlow, who held the belt for 136 days. The shortest title reign belongs to Wardlow during his second reign, where he held the belt for only 3 days before losing it to Powerhouse Hobbs. The second shortest reign belongs to Sammy Guevara, who held the belt for 11 days, and the third shortest reign belongs to Darby Allin during his second reign, where he held the belt for only 28 days. Now, let's go back to a time before the TNT Championship was a thing. It all begins with Cody Rhodes. So Cody played a vital role in the formation of AEW, and because of that, he was made an executive vice president alongside Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Even though he had some power at the top, he didn't want to be a main event star, simply because he didn't want to have what fans call the reign of terror, where a wrestler who has a lot of power or influence books themselves to become a main event star and win multiple world championships.
It's no one's dream to be an executive. It's pretty cool for a minute, and then you get blamed for everything. I had told myself I didn't want to be a gatekeeper wrestler. I locked myself out of the main title picture because I didn't want to upset fans and do that, and they still got pissed.
I get what he was trying to do, but I think it was unnecessary because it didn't stop Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks from holding the company's top belts. So when Cody was in a feud with the then AEW champion Chris Jericho, he put up a stipulation that if he loses in their match, he will never challenge for the AEW World Champion.
If I do not defeat Chris Jericho at Full Gear, I will never challenge for the AEW World Championship again.
And so he lost, thanks to MJF. So Cody moved from the main event scene to the mid-card. But Cody was still a popular guy with the fans, and they knew that he needed a belt around his waist. So they introduced the TNT Championship. The belt was requested by the TNT channel, which was the home for AEW Dynamite.
The presenting this presenting network wanted a title of their own, wanted a belt of their own. That is very, very new and unique to wrestling. I can't think of a time when it's happened before.
Now, I personally am not a fan of a television title that is named after a network because the legacy of the belt is dependent on AEW and Warner Discovery having a relationship that will last forever. Because the moment that their relationship sours or they get a better deal from another network, the belt will either have to get a name change or be discontinued. This fear of mine got tested when TNT moved Dynamite to their sister channel, TBS. And now they had the TNT title being defended on the TBS channel. People were confused and were asking if they would change the name of the belt, but they said they wouldn't be doing such, and instead they introduced the TBS champion, which was created for the women's division. This dilemma was solved when Collision was announced and placed on the TNT channel, and the belt could now be back on TNT. To say I was not the biggest fan of the TNT Championship is an understatement. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was defended in some of the best matches in AEW. It introduced us to the likes of Eddie Kingston, and it gave Brody Lee a deserved singles title reign. Even though it had a lot going for it, I was just never invested. And this was simply because it didn't have strong and memorable feuds. It seemed that anybody and everybody got a chance to fight for the belt. This is the same problem with the International Championship and the TBS Championship. Instead of investing in great feuds that can last for months, there is a challenger every week. And on top of that, the title reigns became shorter and shorter to a point where the booking of this belt became a mess and the fans stopped caring. The problem begins with Cody Rhodes. So Cody wins the belt against Sammy Guevara to become a 3-time TNT champion. He holds the belt for 32 days before losing it back to Sammy Guevara. Sammy holds the belt for 42 days before losing it to Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky holds it for 38 days before losing it back to Sammy Guevara. Sammy holds it for 11 days before losing it back to Scorpio Sky. On his second reign, Scorpio Sky holds it for 70 days before losing it to Wardlow. Wardlow at least holds it for 136 days before losing it to Samoa Joe. Joe holds it for 47 days before losing it to Darby Allin. Darby Allin holds it for 28 days before losing it back to Samoa Joe. Joe holds it for another 32 days before losing it back to Wardlow. Wardlow holds it for 3 days before losing it to Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs holds it for 42 days before losing it back to Wardlow. Wardlow holds it again for 59 days before losing it to Luchasaurus. Talk about a hot potato. The belt became a joke, and the one person who made it his mission to rectify this problem and bring prestige to this belt is none other than the father of the year, Christian Cage. The funny thing was that he wasn't even the TNT champion, but he brought relevance to this belt.
A few short months ago, people were saying this title meant nothing, and I've taken it, and I main evented Wrestle Dream tonight with it. I made this title. This title, in my opinion, is more prestigious than the world title, mainly because I carry it. But I think my track record speaks for itself, and I think you have to give me my flowers now. Do you not?
Let's talk about Christian. Now, Christian was never really positioned as a top guy in WWE. I mean, yes, he was a 2-time ECW World Heavyweight Champion, but did anybody really care about that belt? And he was a 2-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion, but his reigns only lasted for a combined total of 30 days. That's not how you treat a top guy. So after suffering a concussion in 2014, Christian decides to retire from in-ring wrestling. But then he makes a return in 2020 in an unsanctioned match against Randy Orton, which he lost in a minute. He didn't even throw a punch. He then appears at the 2021 Royal Rumble where he gets eliminated by Seth Rollins, and that's it. You see, he was never treated as a top guy. So he and WWE went their separate ways, and this led him to sign with AEW, where he got more TV time, more matches, and even defeated Kenny Omega to become the Impact World Champion. This was Christian Cage, the babyface. He was the guy, but he was not the top guy yet. So they decided to turn him heel, and this was the best decision of his AEW career. He attacked Jungle Boy, and that's where the Father of the Year began his historic rise.
Can I have your belt?
Did you win this belt? You did not win this belt. Nobody touches this title but me. Go find your mother. Go. Security! She's not credentialed. Remove her from the arena.
He would verbally beat down wrestlers who had lost their fathers in real life and built some hot heat. He then aligned himself with Luchasaurus and helped him beat Wardlow for the TNT Championship. He treated this victory as his own. Luchasaurus never even touched the belt after he won it. After this win, Christian Cage made an important statement.
There will be no more open challenges. They're done. You want a shot at this championship, you gotta earn it. No, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I created this title as some vanity project like some other guy that used to travel the roads here in AEW. I will take this championship to new heights. I will make this championship the most prestigious and sought-after championship in AEW.
This statement grabbed my attention because it showed me that we are finally getting a long-term storyline with the TNT title. We have Christian Cage, who's not the champion, but he is parading the belt around like he is the champion. But after 98 days of being essentially a co-champion, Luchasaurus would lose the belt to Christian Cage in a triple threat match with Darby Allin, where Christian pinned Luchasaurus to officially become the TNT champion. I didn't mind this title change because the build-up was great, the storytelling was intriguing, and it opened the door for future feuds. Luchasaurus could turn on Christian and win his belt back, or Nick Wayne, who is a new member of the group, can turn on Christian. The storytelling potential is there, and I'm not only invested, but I finally care about this belt that a few months ago was a joke. And that is where the video was supposed to end, until this happened. Yes, Edge, who now goes by his real name Adam Copeland, made his AEW debut at their Wrestle Dream pay-per-view. The world went crazy. Now, the wrestling journalists talked about rumors of this happening, but I didn't believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. This was kind of teased in the media scrum where Christian Cage was asked,
A lot of rumors abound about a good friend of yours, Adam Copeland, and his future in professional wrestling. I was just wondering if you see him possibly joining you here in the All Elite mix.
I only talk about myself and Luchasaurus. And I have no friends other than Luchasaurus. And I'll leave it at that.
There's nothing going on. There's no hard feelings between me and WWE. I love WWE. You know, it's my dream gig. It's all I ever wanted to do. And I didn't come at them with some crazy contract or anything, and they didn't deny me. I have a contract extension sitting in my inbox. I just don't know what to do. Just know that whatever it is that I do, whether it's Percy Jackson, which is coming up soon, or it's wrestling, or it's sitting in my rocking chair, it's because I'm having fun.
Your old friend showed up tonight. What were you thinking?
I said this in the last scrum. I don't have any friends other than Luchasaurus. Was it a surprise to see him? Yes. Did I care? Not really. Doesn't change anything for me. I'm still the face of TNT. I'm still the TNT champion. I'm still the man to beat in AEW. You understand that, right?
Now, remember when I said Christian Cage was never seen as a top guy in WWE? Well, Edge was a main event star. They were a successful tag team, but Edge was seen as the bigger star, and this was shown when he became a singles wrestler. He was a 4-time WWE champion and a 7-time World Heavyweight champion. He unfortunately had to retire in 2011 due to a neck injury, only for him to make a surprise return at the 2020 Royal Rumble. Unlike Cage, who was given 2 throwaway matches, Edge got the hero's welcome. He won the 2021 Royal Rumble, main evented WrestleMania 37, formed the Judgment Day before they eventually turned on him, got to team up with his wife Beth Phoenix, and had his final match in his home country against Sheamus.
You know, WWE gave me that night, Friday night in Toronto, and it was the best night of my career. You know, a lot of people will say you should retire at WrestleMania or this or that, but it's not their career. You know, that Friday night was really special for me, and I don't know if that can be topped.
And I felt free. That's just the word I felt free, and it felt fun, and I felt almost like the same feeling I would have when I'd come out for my indie shows, you know, back when I was either Adam Impact or Sexton Hardcastle or something. And it was this brand new thing that I always wanted to do. And that feeling, I felt it out there tonight. And that at this stage of my career, to feel that's special. That's, man, like, come on, 31 years in, and to feel that way, that's a gift. And this is all I ever wanted to do. And this feels like an opportunity to come in and not just come in every 3 months. I have to be there every week. You know, I'm a full-time guy, and I want to do that for as long as that is possible, because I feel like that's how I can help the most.
Now, there were obviously fans who were angry at Adam Copeland's decision, believing that he should have ended his career in WWE at WrestleMania. Adam Copeland responded to some of these fans on his Twitter by stating that, "I don't buy into this odd mentality of one company or the other. It's weird. If you took offense to that, take a walk, get some fresh air, and soak up some sunshine. It's wrestling, an amazing gig, but still, it's wrestling. Relax. It's supposed to be fun, and it's just a segment of the fans, not most fans, and definitely not the performers. Within the industry, we all know that more choices is better for everyone and pushes us all to be better. As a wrestling fan, which I still am, it's exciting that there's viable companies providing wrestling on national and worldwide platforms. If you're actually a fan of wrestling and not acronyms, that should make you happy too. I agree with his statement. Just like I said in my Jade Cargill video, this is good for everyone. You have every right to be disappointed, but to call someone a traitor for making a decision that affects their life and their career is really unnecessary. Now, Adam Copeland's arrival in AEW and his confrontation with Christian Cage adds another layer to the story, and he could be the one dethroning Christian Cage. Either way, I'm invested and cannot wait to see where this goes. Here's to hoping that they take what they're doing with the TNT title and apply it to the TBS champion and the international champion. Good storytelling and great feuds. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and comment and turn on your notifications as more videos are coming your way. Thank you.